Who's that?
On this midsummer morning in Silicon Valley, wouldn't it be nice to go on a little vacation? Maybe go back home to where we grew up? Get away from those Monday morning work deadlines, the traffic? Get away from the daily barrage of news stories, anxious headlines that always seem to start with, "Today, the Trump administration." Get away from the stresses of commitments and challenging people, things we forgot to do, mistakes we made. Get away from that nagging old feeling that maybe we're just really not up to it. Well, take heart. The truth is, you don't have to get on a jet plane to a tropical island. You don't need a pina colada. And you don't have to go back home to that place where you grew up to reconnect with some of the best parts of yourself. As one meditation teacher says, nirvana, inner peace, is closer than close, as close as your next breath. 12-step programs say a change of attitude from worry to gratitude can make all the difference. During our hour here together today, may we honor all the things we're trying to get done, the things that weigh us down, that we need a break from, and all those things that help us pause, let go, and refresh our spirits. May we remember we can at any moment in our day take a spiritual vacation. If we only let go and stop, maybe just for 3 seconds, we can find our wings. We can hop on Unitarian Universalist Airlines, UUA, and take a virtual break to a place where we can remember who we really are. We are drops of water flowing all together. Rivulets in a river of humanity, held in gentleness, humor, love, and respect. As we hurtle towards some great cosmic sea, some ocean mystery, where we will be what we have always been, what we are right now. Alive, whole, home. Come, let's take a spiritual vacation together. And we'll begin our trip by lighting our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Those of you on Zoom, please light a chalice at home or in your heart and type into the chat where you're at. I can do this. Daisai, I might need your help again. Daisai is not only our pianist, she's our Prometheus. Yeah, sorry. Did that. Oh, it's the windbag up here. A simple spark, or in this case, a cigarette lighter, a little wick, a small cup of fuel can kickstart an engine of insight and love, strong enough to carry all of us wherever we want to go. Thank you. Now we'll say the affirmation of this church. Please rise as you are willing and able. And you'll find it on your order of service and projected here. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls may grow into harmony with one another. This do we covenant with one another. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia, la búsqueda de verdad es su sacramento, y el servicio es su oración. Habitar juntos en paz, buscar la verdad con libertad, y servir a la humanidad juntos, con el fin que todas las almas puedan crecer en armonía. Esto es lo que pactamos unos con otros. And please stay risen for our first hymn.
Please join me in singing 354 from the purple hymnal. This is a new part of our routine to find that hymnal under these cool new seats. The gray hymnal, yeah. I see purple, but this hymn seems to me like it sweeps us along to where we believe in life and in the strength of love. Join me. We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong. We need to feel the freedom just to have some time alone. But most of all, we need close friends we can call our very own. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a need to be together. We have our hearts to give, we have our thoughts to receive, and we believe that sharing is an answer. A child is born among us and we feel a special glow. We see time's endless journey as we watch the baby grow. We thrill to hear imagination freely running wild. We dedicate our minds and hearts to the spirit of the child, and we believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a time to be together. And with the grace of age, we share the wonder of youth, and we believe that growing is an answer. Our lives are full of wonder, and our time is very brief. The death of one among us fills us all with pain and grief. But as we live, so shall we die, and when our lives are done, the memories we shared with friends, they will linger on and on. And we believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a place to be together. We have the right to grow. We have the gift to believe that peace within our living is an answer. We seek elusive answers to the questions of this life. We seek to put an end to all the waste of human strife. We search for truth, equality, and blessed peace of mind. And then we come together here to make sense of what we find. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a joy being together. And in our search for peace, maybe we'll finally see, even to question truly is an answer.
We light this candle in recognition of the Tamian and Muwekma Ohlone indigenous peoples, who were the first humans to inhabit and sustain this land thousands of years before settler colonizers arrived. We honor the resilience of these indigenous peoples in the face of devastating harm, and we lift up their neighboring descendants to the south, the Ama Mutsun tribal band, with whom we are working to preserve their sacred land of Uristok and to ensure that their culture continues to thrive. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of San Jose. We work to honor, however imperfectly, all physical, sexual, mental, emotional, and social diversities among us. The mission of this church, our intent is to make love visible in all we say and do. I'm Brian Singer, and my pronouns are he and him. I am 5 foot tall, 5'5", on a good day. I look like an older man. I am an older man with gray hair, very short gray hair. Happy to be here. We want you to know that the Unitarian Universalist Association has officially condemned the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in the United States versus Skermeti case that will harm the rights of transgender youth to receive gender-affirming care in this country. Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, the UUA's president, writes, as a part of our faith tradition, Unitarian Universalists embrace transgender, non-binary, intersex, and gender-diverse people. This is a central expression of our faith. We also believe that denying health care to the trans community is a moral violation. We'll now say hi to our friends joining us on Zoom. Where's the camera? So there's the camera right there. Hi, everybody. I have a few announcements. Fuller information is always in our weekly email with the subject line, This Week at FUCSJ. If you don't receive those emails and would like to, please send a request to Nika at sanjoseuu.org asking to be added to the list. The nursery downstairs is open, and children from birth through kindergarten are invited to spend the entire service there. Parents are welcome to accompany their children in the nursery to help them acclimate. There is a monitor that streams the service to the nursery so parents can still see the service while their child or children get used to the nursery. We are still recruiting volunteer teachers for our elementary school group for 1st through 5th graders. If you are new here, please reach out to someone and say hi. And I'd also like to encourage members to reach out to at least one person you don't recognize and say hello. You are also welcome to visit the welcome table after the service during social hour in Hattie Porter Hall. We are fortunate to have a crew of coffee hosts. Enjoy a cup of coffee or tea and a treat after the service. And then I've asked Brian up to announce about the upcoming baseball game.
I root for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And I root for the San Francisco Giants.
But, I'm sorry.
We do it together.
But
We
both root for the San Jose Giants. So join us on Wednesday, August 20th at 1 p.m. for our 2nd annual afternoon at the park, that is San Jose Giants Excite Ballpark, to attend another ball game.
For $20, you get an accessible seat at a picnic table along the right field line, including soft drinks and a snack.
So see us in Hattie Porter Hall after the service for more details. There are only a few seats remaining, so get them now.
And play ball.
And now we'd like to invite all children and youth and the young at heart to come on up for a story for all ages by Olga Loya. May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips fire but the water of that music. And thanks to you all. Yes, that's fine. And thanks to you all for the work of this church, which is making love visible in all we say and do. We dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings. Now we take time to lift up our joys and sorrows, the names and occasions that are on our hearts this morning. In a moment, I'll ring the singing bowl. After I do, I invite you to speak aloud into this space or type into the chat on Zoom with words overlapping others' words, any joys or sorrows, names or occasions that you would like lifted up into this community in this embracing meditation. Sarah. All that has been shared and all that is too tender yet to share, and which we hold in the silent sanctuary of our hearts, we offer all these into the embrace of this beloved community. If you need a listening ear this week, after this service, you can stop by the pastoral care table in Hattie Porter Hall, where you can light a candle and talk to our pastoral associate of this week, who I believe is Merritt. Or you can email pastoralassociates@sanjoseuu.org. And remember that you're not alone. And let's sing an alleluia. Let's sing an alleluia. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Again. Alleluia, 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 alleluia.
About 25 years ago, I learned about the importance of taking mini vacations. I'd been teaching middle school for 10 years, and I was exhausted. Any teachers out there? Exhausted. I was in therapy, and I told the therapist I thought I might be getting depressed and need to be hospitalized. My therapist said, "You know, some people, when they get to the place you are, take a break. They may even take a vacation. Have you ever thought about that?" I looked at my therapist a bit stunned. I hadn't. I never had. And then it dawned on me. Why not? Why not plan a much-needed mini vacation just for me? So I went to Soquel, a seaside town just south of Santa Cruz. I stayed in a lovely bed and breakfast called the Blue Spruce Inn, where I shared meals and sat with strangers in a hot tub under the stars, and where years later, Marnie and I spent the very first night of our honeymoon. I took myself to an amazingly romantic restaurant, Shadowbrook Inn, kayaked with others, and returned absolutely refreshed. I learned a valuable lesson that weekend: the importance of mini vacations. Mary Oliver, in her poem, Day Off, concurs when she writes, "Today, I'm flying low, and I'm not saying a word. I'm letting all the voodoos of ambition sleep. The world goes on as it must, the bees in the garden rumbling a little, the fish leaping, the gnats getting eaten, and so forth. But I'm taking the day off, quiet as a feather. I hardly move, though really I'm traveling a terrific distance. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple."
I hardly move, though really I'm traveling a terrific distance. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple. I love those lines. Thanks, Brian. And thanks, Mary Oliver. Sometimes a vacation means going back to where you grew up. We can't always hop on a plane or get in a car and go home, but we can call it to mind in a meditation, a poem, or a song. In a few minutes, our guest, Juliet McDonald, a singer-songwriter who lives in San Jose, will share her song about coming back home to the Bay Area. First, here's an excerpt from a poem by the Welsh poet Dylan Thomas. It's his very impressionistic recollections of growing up on a family farm in Wales, a place called Fern Hill. Now, as I was young and easy under the apple boughs, about the lilting house, and happy as the grass was green, the night above the dingles starry, time let me hail and climb, golden in the heydays of his eyes, and honored among wagons, I was prince of the apple towns. And once below a time, I lordly had the trees and leaves trail with daisies and barley down the rivers of the windfall light. And as I was green and carefree, famous among the barns, about the happy yard, and singing as the farm was home in the sun that is young once only, time let me play and be, golden in the mercy of his means. And green and golden I was huntsman and herdsman. The calves sang to my horn. The foxes on the hills barked clear and cold. And the Sabbath rang slowly in the pebbles of the holy streams. And honored among foxes and pheasants by the gay house under the new-made clouds, and happy as the heart was long, in the sun borne over and over, I ran my heedless ways. My wishes raced through the house-high hay. And nothing I cared at my sky-blue trades, that time in all his tuneful turnings. So few and such morning songs, before the children, green and golden, follow him out of grace. Nothing I cared in the lamb-white days that time would take me up to the swallow-thronged loft by the shadow of my hand in the moon that is always rising, nor that riding to sleep I should hear him fly with the high fields and wake to the farm, forever fled from childless land. Oh, as I was young and easy in the mercy of his means, time held me green and dying, though I sang in my chains like the sea.
Plugged in? Driving down that long, long road that follows the river as it flows. Got my dog in the back, few pennies in my sack. I'm going home. Sky is covered with white clouds that scatter o'er the grazing cows. Feel the gusty winds a blowing, soon it will be snowing. I'm going home. Home, home, home. I'm going home. Where that warm fire is burning, where my heart is yearning, I'm going home. Life's too short to curse and fuss with all the wrongnesses of us. Taking one day at a time, knowing that this life is mine. I'm going home. Work 3 jobs to pay the rent. By time it comes, the money's spent. Can't seem to make ends meet, but I'll soon be on our street. I'm going home. Home, home, home. I'm going home. Where that warm fire is burning, where my heart is yearning, I'm going home. I'm gonna rest my head upon your shoulder, wrap my loving arms around you. Well, these autumn nights, they're getting colder. I want to spend some love and warmth with you. Well, it's been a little while since you and I have shared a smile. It happened naturally today. Glad I found my way back home. Home, home, home. where that warm fire is burning, where my heart is yearning, I'm going home. Home, 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 I'm going home. Home, 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 home. It's nice to be back home. Thank you.
Thanks, Juliet. So after I saw in the weekly all-church email the announcement of this service that I had given the title, Take a Spiritual Vacation, it occurred to me reading it that some people might read that the wrong way and not show up. Thanks for being here. There's many kinds of spiritual vacations. You've probably taken some of them. Dylan Thomas's poem and Juliet McDonald's song transport us back home virtually. I often feel the need for a vacation. I'm just looking at the light there. I don't know what the deal is. Okay. I often feel the need for a vacation from my own negative thoughts. And I love a yoga teacher at the YMCA who says, push your thoughts to one side. Another kind of micro vacation I've taken is going to coffee with someone. In 2003, when I was new here, I got involved with a men's group. If you're part of the men's group here, raise your hand, please. Okay, if you're interested in the men's group, talk to one of those people. In my group back in 2003, there was one guy with whom I shared a similar sense of humor, a need for conversation, and an appreciation for a good latte. So we did a micro vacation together at Pete's in Willow Glen. It went well. So we did it again a few weeks later. Over the next 10 years, we consumed a lot of coffee and wound up doing quite a few different things together. We became close. My friend, Mark Magner, passed away a few years ago. I visited him on what we knew would be one of his final days. We joked and laughed and reminisced. We cried and sang a song. You never know where a spiritual vacation will take you. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I don't even play one on TV. But I've learned a little bit about trauma and PTSD, and I think many of us have at least a mild form of it. You can hardly switch on a TV or radio or go to the movies these days without watching or hearing about people running around with guns shooting at each other. Bad enough it's in the news, it's also considered entertainment. I've learned trauma is about the nervous system getting dysregulated. One of the root nerves in the body is called the vagus nerve. That's V-A-G-U-S. The vagus nerve is really a mesh of dozens of interconnected nerves that link your head to your gut. It goes from the brain through the vocal cords to the lungs and the heart and the intestine. Its function is to help control those things we do automatically, like breathing and digesting food. It also helps us calm down. I've learned that when the nervous system gets dysregulated, it needs to reboot, like you reboot your PC. But you don't turn it on and off. You wiggle it. In his book, Waking the Tiger, psychologist Peter Levine describes a form of trauma therapy he created that was inspired by the ways animals recover after a close encounter with a predator. They go to a safe place and shake, like a dog shakes. I've tried my own version of this therapy. I found when I'm really stressed out, when my nervous system is dysregulated, it can help. When I was working, I would sometimes get stressed out over an interview I had to do with a big customer. I was working from home at the time, so as part of my preparation for a call, I would sometimes go into my bathroom, look in the mirror, and do a shake and verbalize like this. Yeah, it's a little weird, I admit. I'm sure some of my neighbors in my apartment complex must have wondered what's going on with Rick. But it helped. All sorts of physical practices can help us get out of our heads and back into our bodies. They can let us shake our vagus and help us recover from traumas, often in more socially approved ways than my bathroom dance. Who here does yoga or Pilates? Or jogs? Or rides a bike regularly? Or swims? Here's a piece of foam and plastic, a roller for your back, that for less than $20 can take you to some wonderful destinations without leaving your living room floor. There are many ways we can take spiritual vacations. You can meditate, you can play a musical instrument. It's one of my favorites. Quilt, paint. I have an adult coloring book. But you don't need any special gear to take a spiritual vacation. Take a walk around the block. We can get to a fabulous destination anytime we stop. Breathe and drink in the color of the sky, the shape of a flower, the beauty of a face. Micro vacations are like what Olga in her story called taking one tick at a time. They are like nirvana, closer than close as your next breath. So now I'd like to invite some dialogue. Here's what we'll do. First, we'll have an inner dialogue. For the next 2 minutes, let's practice individually taking a spiritual vacation. Oh, I didn't ask you this before, but I'll ask Daisai to play some meditative music for a couple of minutes. Sorry about the zero. I go to her for music, for fire, for everything. So I invite you to try for just 2 minutes, whatever kind of spiritual vacation works for you. If you need to get up and move your body, that's okay. If you're not sure what to do, use this as a brief meditation. Time to plan, to think about what you want to break from and what refreshes you. Begin. Welcome back. Now I'd like to ask you to find a partner. Could be somebody sitting next to you, could be somebody across the room, could be somebody you know very well, could be somebody you've never talked to. Please find a partner. Okay. For the next 2 minutes, one person will share about their spiritual vacation that they just took, or maybe that they planned or thought about. After 2 minutes, I'll ring the bell, and the other person can share. Begin. If you haven't already done so, switch. And give the other person 2 minutes. try to wrap things up. Okay. I want to give a special thank you to the folks on Zoom. I completely forgot to give them a prompt about writing in the chat, and they knew what to do anyway, and they just went ahead and did it and wrote all these fabulous things about what they're thinking about their micro vacations. So good on you, Zoom world. Thank you. You can take a micro vacation anytime. You can travel any way that works for you. You can go anywhere. Doesn't have to cost a penny. It doesn't take much time. But it can make all the difference. Bon voyage.
Our last hymn is 1064 in the teal hymnal. And if you'd like to stand, I'd invite you. My reason for standing is that the rhythm of this song is like a beautiful boat swaying back and forth. And it's got a couple lines that have kind of complicated rhythms to them. And if you just get your feet going, then those rhythms will just fall into place. Another thing I wanted to say about this song is that let there be plenty of time between the verses. It's written to have 4 measures, and we'll stop and take a little vacation during those 4 measures. Oh, below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my lifetime, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep. Drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, aching our way by the lights of the heaven in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks for the waves upholding me. Hail the grace night wind urging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me. Sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Please take a hand near you or make a contact with someone in a way that feels comfortable, and one big circle or virtual circle, and we reach out with all of our energy to our folks on Zoom as we ask you to reach out with your energy back to us. Let's go. We are alive. We are whole. We are home. Go and play and have a great spiritual vacation. Love your singing. Yeah, now we're going to